Suicides in Japan dropped for a decade. Then the pandemic hit.
Here's a summary of the article.
While men in Japan are typically more likely to die by suicide, last year saw the number of women killing themselves grow by 885 to 6,976, while suicides among men fell slightly. Suicide numbers peaked in 2003 at 34,427, then leveled off to around 33,000 through 2009 in the aftermath of the global financial crisis, when the country experienced its worst recession since World War II. For the past decade, the numbers have been on a downward trend thanks to a coordinated campaign. Figures soon began rising in July, not long after the nation's first state of emergency was lifted in May. I believe the decrease in suicides last spring was due to people being overwhelmed by the first state of emergency, says Masaki Nishida, a clinical psychiatrist and associate professor at Waseda University. All these things may have led to the growth in suicides from last autumn, especially among women. Many are employed part-time in the hospitality sector, which has been facing strong headwinds, Nishida says. A succession of celebrity suicides last year, including that of Yuko Takeuchi, a 40-year-old actress and mother of two, and the excessive media coverage of the deaths may have also been a contributing factor, Azora says. Yasuyuki Shimizu, representative director of the Japan Suicide Countermeasures Promotion Center, says the nation's response to the phenomenon is advanced compared to some other nations. We've already seen some problems that need to be worked on, including the dangers of excessive reporting on celebrity suicides and the necessity of a stronger social safety net. Whether or not Japan's suicide rate will continue to grow this year depends on whether we can resolve these issues.
This post received a score of 21,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
That is, the real story, both in Japan and elsewhere, is that contemporary work-life balance is anything but balanced, and we need more time to spend with family, on hobbies, and on reflection. Humanity was not built for the lives we're living. Edit, holy hell, now I know what a properly exploded inbox is. Edit 2, just so I can stop repeating it by early nope.
This is the issue with current society and an important topic you've touched on. We've spent years developing the tools to make lives easier and automated. But instead of having that effect, companies have tried to squeeze more work out of employees. And there doesn't seem to be a balance in sight. People will keep overworking because they need the money for comfortable lives. But they don't have the time for comfortable lives with the chronic fatigue in most countries.
Same reason Trump wouldn't shut down America for COVID. Until we have some meaningful grasp at the level of policy decision that GDP is a useless metric of human well-being, and people making policy who think human well-being is a priority, we have this. It really is just that simple, because we have already eclipsed the technological advancement needed to reduce human labor hours by half. Or, worse, of course, as automation is implemented but the income cost of that lost human labor isn't compensated for.
Everyone in my circle regularly works 60 hours a week, and that has not improved during the pandemic. Not only do we need a 32-work week, we need labor unions, laws like Germany has governing after-hours email, etc. If you know how many hours you work per week on average over the usual 40, multiply those hours by 52. That's how many hours a year you're actually working.
I wish I could upvote this twice. People seem very unaware of how many hours even they themselves work. I don't know anyone who works 40 hours. And I am talking all sorts of jobs.
It is scary, isn't it? My husband and I both have jobs where we have to track our time. It's hugely helpful in quantifying just how much time we work relative to salary.
I hear a lot about Japan's suicide rate but not a lot about Korea's. It's a lot worse. 24.7 per 100k compared to 19.4.
They are both bad. I feel it's due to their work condition. On the bright side, all that work put Korea in the top spot as far as Global Innovation Index goes the last 7 of 9 years. But yeah, things have got to change.
Being the top of some economists' list isn't worth the human toll.
I wonder how much domestic violence was involved in the spike of female suicides.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.